Hello! I decided to devote the first cycle of mythology videos to the mythology of ancient Kazakhstan. Firstly, because I'm a Kazakhstani citizen and I'm interested to know about the myths and legends of ancient Kazakhstan. And secondly, I would like as many people as possible to know about this part of my country's rich culture. So, Albasti belongs to the first pantheon of Kazakh mythical creatures of the pre-Islamic period. This is the most famous of all demonic entities. Albasti is described as a female creature, ugly in her true form, thick, hairy, with sharp fangs sticking out of her mouth. Her breast hangs down to the ground, and when she starts chasing someone, she throws it over her shoulders behind her back. Sometimes she takes the shape of a dog, a fox, or a goat. To hide her true appearance, it's mentioned that Albasti can take any form to fool a man. For example, she can turn into a beautiful girl, a young man, or even an object as an haystack, a water vessel, or a hat. It depends on the situation in which Albasti needs to lure a man to a pond or river. Some Kazakh myths mention that she has hooves. Albasti has her attributes that a magical book, a comb to brush her long hair, and a copper coin. These attributes are traces of idea about her positive functions as helping people, and these attributes suggest that initially Albasti was a kind goddess, protectress of fertility, a fireside, as well as animals and hunting. It can be also assumed that Albasti may have once been an ancient spirit or divinity who helped people, but once people stopped worshipping her and making sacrifices, choose a new divinity or spirit to worship, and hence Albasti lost her strength and got angry at people. Kazakhs distinguish three Albasti types. There are Kará Albasti, Sarý Albasti, and Sasýk Albasti. Kará Albasti is considered the most dangerous, and meeting with her usually ends with death. Kará Albasti can send a disease. In some mentions, she lures a person to a pond, then drowns him and drinks his blood. Most often in the myths, Kará Albasti especially harms women giving birth and newborns. Sarý Albasti is considered not so dangerous, but is particularly cunning. She is tricking people and likes to fool a stranger. For example, she can make a man eat sheep lint or throw a needed household item into a pond. She can also appear in nightmares. In a few mentions, she can have sexual relations with a man using cunning or disguise. As a result, corrupt his soul. Unfortunately, except for the name, nothing is known about Sasýk Albasti. We can only guess how she harmed people based on her stinky Albasti name. Even in our time, the period of pregnancy and childbirth to some extent can be dangerous for a child or a mother. In ancient times, this period was associated with a special borderline condition, the idea of which implies increased danger to a mother and fetus, and their vulnerability. In Kazakh culture, a whole complex of prohibitions, prescriptions and norms is associated with the belief in the existence of demonic characters that can harm a pregnant woman both during childbirth and long before it. The main harm, according to beliefs, can be caused by Albasti demon. Her main harmful act is associated with a woman's vital organ being stolen in the childbirth process. It could be a liver, heart, or lungs. After stealing the organ, Albasti hurries it to the water, and as soon as the organ is lowered into the water, the woman dies. As a rule, Albasti visits an unholy house, an unholy person. Also, loud laughter and fun can provoke an Albasti appearance. Thus, at childbirth time, young people in neighboring yurts were forbidden to have fun. The presence of Albasti and her effect on women giving birth can be determined by some visual signs, such as a change in eye and body color. Pupils do not dilate, become sluggish, and body becomes black or yellow, and a woman herself is unconscious. In some cases, a sign of Albasti may be a woman's scared mouth or a cross-eyed gaze. Much less often, Albasti attacks not only women giving birth. According to myths, this mainly happened when Albasti is very hungry or when a person wanted to find her. It's noted that Albasti doesn't take risks and doesn't attack people who are strong in spirit and body, as well as with a pure soul. Cases when people from a local owl seeing a Baksi or Batiri passing by ask to kick settle next to them Albasti out were mentioned. According to the stories, some people had a special gift to see demons and the ability to exorcise them. Such people were called Baksi, or in other words, shamans. To force Albasti to return a vital organ and thereby heal a woman, a Baksi beats the spirit with kamshi. Kamshi is a whip, which has traditionally been one of the attributes of a shaman. In those cases when there was no Baksi nearby, his whip, scarf or rope was brought into the yurt. Kazakhs believe any demon is really afraid of a whip, especially one made from tobohli wood. There is an opinion that spirits and demons cannot even come close to the place where the whip is located. That is why kamshi often acts as a talisman against evil spirits. The whip was hung over a cradle or placed under a pillow of a child. To prevent Albasti actions, Kazakhs use various kinds of tumors or amulets hanging owl or other birds of prey close to them. Wolf or bear pelt was laid under a woman during childbirth. They also brought a barkut or an owl to a yurt. Even though these amulets and warring stuff originate in antiquity, people in Kazakhstan don't forget about them and give them to their relatives and friends, considering them to be things that should be present in every home. This suggests that Kazakhs honor their culture's old traditions. And the amulet in the house won't be superfluous, will it? This was the first video in the series about the myths and legends of ancient Kazakhstan. Please share your opinion about the video in the comments so that I can improve the content. Also, please share the video with your friends, click the like button. All these actions are loved by the YouTube algorithm, it helps the channel development, so thank you for watching, see you soon.